So I have a good buddy named Beppe Manca. Um, he's in some of the talks that I have on the channel, which I'll link to this video. But we were talking a number of years ago, and Beppe shared a wonderful image of how he thinks about some of his coaching, which is, he said it's like he'll work with somebody and they take out parts of the person, maybe their beliefs or their attitudes about things or their thinking. And he said it's like taking something out of a closet and that they dust it off and they look at it together and they look at it without judgment and decide, is it something that they like? Is it something that they want to adjust in some way? And I thought this is a wonderful description of how we can begin to relate to ourselves. This can be a bit of a reflective process that you do in your meditation or journal time, where you take time to notice what's going on inside. How do I think about things? I think a lot of times we notice obvious things, but there's so much chatter going on inside and so many different impulses. And at times we don't know how to respond to these things. And if we push them to the side, or we try to carry out our life in spite of what's going on inside. And instead, this is a way of saying, let's take anything that's going on inside and take it out. You can journal about it and really just take a nice, gentle look at it and see how you feel about it. Again, not to judge it, but just to see what's going on here and to begin to get curious about everything that's going on inside, because everything came from somewhere. Maybe we learned attitudes, maybe we developed our own opinion of things, but very often maybe we've internalized something from someone else. So what I like to do is just notice anything that's coming up with any consistency. And I like to write it down so I can sort of see it on the outside. And then begin to get curious about, where did this come from? Is it from me, or did it come from, did it come from my upbringing? Did it come from culture? And is it serving me? And in NLP, we have this idea, kind of a premise that everything inside of us is trying to do something positive for us, or at least at one time was trying to do something positive. However, the way in which it tries to do that may not be in alignment with who we want to be. So, maybe I bite my nails, and on some level that may be trying to calm me down, but maybe there are more effective ways that I can relax or deal with stress. So once I've written something down, I will start to get curious about, okay, what is this trying to do for me? Is there a positive intention that I can become aware of? Or is it an incantation that I've just picked up from culture, or maybe something I heard as a kid and it went in too easily? And maybe it's time to shift it or to let it go. Years ago, my mom studied NLP for a while, and her teacher used to do something where he would notice something and he would just say, delete. I'm going to hit the delete button. Like, I don't need or want that in my system anymore. And he would sort of picture the thing going into the trash can on the computer, and then he'd hit delete to empty the trash can. I think the main thing is to bring an attitude of curiosity, to bring a positive regard to ourselves, and to realize that we are trying our best, and to begin to relate to things in a new way. Also, if there's a bunch of internal dialogue that you feel isn't serving you, instead of judging the internal dialogue, sometimes it's good to begin to think, what kind of internal dialogue would I like to have? What things would I like to hear on a regular basis? If I were hearing words of encouragement from somebody, what would those be? Same thing with beliefs. You know, if we dust off some of our beliefs, and I think it's amazing to write down a bunch of beliefs and just see, this is the environment of beliefs that I live in, and are there any beliefs that I want to make adjustments to, so that I'm living in an experience that is supportive of me and supportive of the things that I'm trying to do. Now, sometimes we might have an impulse from the inside that's very strong, that seems to be moving in a different direction from where we believe we want to go. And if we really get curious about that and try to discover what's the positive intention of this impulse, sometimes we can uncover that there are other things that we value that maybe we haven't been giving enough attention to. And we may want to try to find room for that in our life. You know, sometimes people are, say, so focused on productivity that they never take time for self-care, or they never take time to explore creativity or just being amused. So I like to think that everything that's going on inside, almost everything that's going on inside, has some gift for me, has something that it's trying to bring out in me. This is a process now of just taking them out, giving them a little calm attention outside of the fray of your everyday life, and seeing which things you want to hold on to. So I hope that can be a useful process for you as well, and I encourage you to give that a shot. And that's it.